What is going on, everyone? My name is Ricky with TechBit Solutions. I have a little bit over 140,000 subscribers, a little bit over 90,000 members within our free trading community. If you guys ever want to get started in learning how to invest in the stock market, that is going to be, I believe, the second or third link in the description. It says free Facebook group and stuff like that. Feel free to check that out. So this video is going to be a short and simple video for all those that are asking, Ricky, what is it that you look for before taking an actual position? Again, this is just a set list of criteria, so it's like called a stock checklist. So the whole purpose of this is before you actually take a position, you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're investing in, right? You work very hard for your money. You want to make sure that whatever you are investing in is going to grow, right? That is a good quality stock and is a good deal. So with that understanding, there should be some set criteria that this stock or ETF or whatever it is, this equity that you are planning to invest in should meet. And this is a criteria list that you can come up with yourself. So again, I'm just introducing the concept, and I want you to use this concept. I mean, you guys can use a couple of the ones that I use. I'm going to actually link. You don't have to be part of my group. It's going to be the first link in the description. It's going to be to our Google Docs. You guys can download this stock checklist if you guys want to print it out and put it on your wall, just to remind yourselves that every single time before you take a position that you can add to this. So you see the space on the bottom right here. You can add more criteria that you want your stock to meet. So I'm just going to be talking about certain criteria, and this video shouldn't be very long. So now the first one is something that I talk about all the time. Make sure, so is the 180-day, 4-hour SMA and EMA pointing up? So again, if you want to actively start investing in something, right, you want to make sure that it's growing. An example can be, well, let's go ahead and go on over to the charts. Something that is actively trending up would be something like CPG. Is CPG in my watch list? No, but let's go ahead and go on over to CPG. So looking at CPG right now, I don't know why I didn't just type it in here. Looking at CPG on this 180-day analysis, when you want to actively invest in something, is the EMA and the SMA pointing up? Again, this is criteria. It doesn't have to be set in stone for you. You can see that the EMA is pointing up. The SMA is kind of pointing up. It's a little bit slanted down, right? So again, nothing ever has to be 100%. Like, this doesn't have to be your criteria, but you can see that based on previous patterns, there tends to be a resistance right around $8. So, it hit $8 today, and the overall support was at $6.50. So before you take your actual position, do you see that, it was pointing down, but then it started to point up, right? The EMA started to point up, and it showed signs of growth. The EMA, the candles broke above the EMA, and that validates the first thing of this checklist, right? Is the EMA and the SMA pointing up? Are the candles trending above the EMA? Now, another thing, again, so not only is the EMA pointing up, but are the body of the candles actively trending up above the EMA, showing signs of an uptrend, and not actually trending down below the EMA and showing signs of a downtrend? If you guys don't know what the EMA or the SMA indicator is, then again, that's explained in my Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library and also my YouTube videos as well. So now going back to wait for the break above the 180-day EMA. Well, wouldn't this kind of go hand in hand? Yes, but again, I just wanted to add it just to make sure that, again, patience and confirmation is very important. Obviously, I've taken positions multiple times before the 180-day, and there's a different approach that we take with that. But this is just an example of set criteria that I think can be very effective for a good number of people. So, is it trending between the middle VWAP and the top VWAP? Why is that important? And that's more for like intraday plays. So, if you're wanting to actively invest in something that's actively trending up, for example, today, if I'm not mistaken, no, actually, it would be JDST. So this would actually be a very good example. Let's look at the 1 day, 1 minute chart. If you don't know what the VWAP indicator is, then it's not going to work very well for you if you don't understand that in that perspective. But when something is actively trending up, you can see that it trends. So if it's trending in between the middle VWAP and the top VWAP, that's this purple line and this pinkish line, you can see that it's showing signs of an uptrend pattern. How do we know? So again, it acts as support when it bounces here, and it acts as resistance when it peaks out there. But again, like we know, old support levels become new resistance levels when the candles break below the middle VWAP and starts trading in between the bottom VWAP and the middle VWAP, so showing signs of a downward pattern. Something like today, if I'm not mistaken, would be DRIP. Right, drip showing signs of a downward pattern, showing signs of usually the bottom VWAP and the top VWAP and stuff like that. So overall, throughout the day, it was trading in between the middle VWAP, which is this one, and the bottom VWAP. So again, a very quick example on if you want to focus on something that's actively trending up, I think that might be a good criteria to kind of look out for. If you're looking for a day trade, is it trending between the middle VWAP and the top VWAP, showing signs of a potential uptrend intraday? So wait for the bounce on the bottom VWAP and break above the EMA. So this is some tool that we are something that we talk about within the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, and it's a characteristic or a kind of set of criteria, right? So we wait for the pullback. we wait for the break above the EMA, and then we wait for the break above the middle VWAP, showing signs of an uptrend, and then usually it can continue to push up, and then it usually peaks out at the top VWAP. As you guys can see, it doesn't always have to hit the top VWAP. That's why it's very important to understand where there's resistance levels and support levels. And yeah, but again, so wait for the bounce on the VWAP and the break above the EMA. And then also something that you might want to ask yourself is the margin of profit worth it from the bottom to middle VWAP? So this could be from the bottom to middle VWAP. It could be from the middle VWAP to top VWAP. It's just margins of profit, right? So so there's this potential or margin, right, that you might want to use as a reference and asking yourself, is this opportunity cost worth it? So if you see that, like, Tesla had a huge drop today and it's at the bottom VWAP, then what you ask yourself is from the bottom VWAP to the top VWAP, that 1.4%, do you see my trend line indicator, my trend line drawing to it? It says 1.43%. Is it worth taking a position here to make 1.43% because that's where the middle VWAP is at, and that's most likely where the resistance is going to be? And then you could ask yourself, okay, it's here. Now it's from the middle VWAP to the top VWAP. It's another about 1.4%. Is that opportunity cost worth it? Understanding before you take your position that, hey, I understand the potential for profit that this stock has to offer and the potential for loss. Why is that important? Because if you understand the margin of profit that you can make off of it, you can ask yourself, is this even going to be worth it? And the last thing is remember that old support levels become new. So remember, old support levels become new resistance levels. So I'm going to have to fix that. As you can see, that it got erased. But one thing of what that means is, as you guys can see right here, I mean, we could use any of them, for example. So let's actually look at ticker symbol at Tesla. So looking at this 180-day analysis, you can see based off previous patterns, there's a previous support level at 300. It normally bounced at 300 multiple times. Now we see that because it broke below 300, so again, it broke below the support. Now that it was pushing up, it's tending and having a hard time really holding above $300. You see it's almost showing signs of a peak formation. Old support levels become new resistance levels and vice versa. Old resistance levels can become new support levels. So when something starts actively trending up, it could break above a resistance level and it pulls back, and it could usually validate that as a support. So let's use this for example. There's a previous resistance right around 320. It pushed that, broke above it, pulled back, bounced at 320. It didn't bounce at 300 anymore. It made higher lows, and then it continued to push up and then made new highs. So again, old support levels can become new resistance levels, and then old support levels can become new resistance levels, or if I said that vice versa, you guys understand what I mean, right? So old support levels can become new resistance levels, and old resistance levels can become new support levels. The whole idea is that I want you guys to have something like this where it is that you're trading. I want you guys to develop a set list of criteria that every stock has to meet before you actually take a position. And then if you happen to make a mistake, or you still happen to experience a red trade and you broke one of your rules, then you have proof. Proof comes to show that becoming disciplined and a structured trader is very important, right? There's no question about that. So being able to have this list of criteria of what every stock has to meet before you actually take action and invest your hard-earned money, I think can be very effective. You don't have to be part of my group. Again, it's going to be the first link in the description. And if you are part of our Technical Solutions community, it's going to be linked on the announcement section for both the Learn Plan Profit Discord chat and the Technical Solutions Discord chat. So it's all going to be provided there for you if you guys want to download it in a PDF. But if you click that link down below, it's going to take you to a Google Doc where you can download this as well. We don't need any of your information, nothing like that. I just want to make sure that you guys develop a set list of criteria so you guys can start trading quality stocks that you guys all see value in. But that is really just it. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions about how to successfully invest in the stock market, I would love to assist you and be a part of your success. I have over 700 videos within my YouTube channel, and I would love to be a part of your success. Again, I have over 140,000 subscribers. I have a little bit over 90,000 members within my private Technical Solutions community, and we would love to assist you. Those all links are all down below. And if you would like to work with me, if you have watched my previous videos and you like the way that I explain things, and you would like to work with me on a daily basis, I would encourage you to click that second link in the description. Invest 30 seconds. Learn a little bit more about me and my private group, our extremely high success rate when it comes down to swing trading, usually ETFs or mid to higher cap stocks in the stock market. Consistent growth is something that we focus on and that we tend to experience time after time. So I would love to be a part of your success. Again, all the links are provided for you down below. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives in your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.
I'm at my prime. Yeah. I'm at my prime. Whoa. Have I gone too far? Do you detect something different? If you look